Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 2v2 match on the map Innocence. My teammate is Squall and on the other team is Fflow and CNC Guy 2. I wasn't sure what video I was going to upload today, so I decided to upload this because one of the other players asked me to upload it. I even put the caption he wanted in the description of the video. Anyway, you can just see I'm getting my infantry out to do a bit of scouting early on. This map's an ore-only map, so I will be going ore refinery, war factory, ore refinery. It's important to build that second ore refinery early, otherwise you're going to run out of ore. And we are in random positions, so what's very important is I get my infantry out to scout and find out where my opponents are and just get a bit more visibility. When you look at the layout of this map, you can see that it's made up of small areas separated by streams. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take as much control of these areas as possible, because the more areas we control, the more ore we control, the more we can build. So that's going to be very important. So at some point in this game, I'm going to want to build a service depot, and what service depot allows you to do is to build an MCV, which is going to allow me to move to different areas and establish little bases there. Also, what happens when you deploy MCVs into construction yards is that you have a faster building speed. So I will be able to build buildings faster. That means things like ore refineries will go down faster, war factories will go down faster, and I'll just be generally expanding my economy. Most starting areas on this map have 2 ore patches. My starting area only has 1 though, so I am going to need to put both my ore refineries on the same ore patch. If you do have 2 ore patches though, you always expand to the other one first. The reason is it depletes the ore on a single ore patch if you have too many ore refineries and ore trucks working on the same one. So that's a bit unfortunate, but it's going to have to do for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand my base and probably cross over into other parts to other ore patches. You can see I was going to expand to the left initially, but then I realised my ally was on that side, so I don't want to be using his ore. So now I'm building my second war factory, and you can see I've made an absolute huge mistake there. I haven't been producing from our first war factory, so that's quite a massive mistake, but I'm just going to have to live with it and carry on. Right, so I've got quite good map visibility at the moment, and what I'm thinking is I'm going to expand to the right first of all. So what I'm going to do initially is I'm going to expand my base to the right, make use of that ore patch in the area to the right. And after I've done that, then I'm going to build some MCVs and start expanding to the other areas. Now, the most important area in this map to expand to is actually the middle, because what the middle has is it has 3 ore patches, and if you can get established in the middle and start making use of those 3 ore patches, you're going to have a hell of a lot of money, and you're going to be able to spend it on you might even be able to build 4 war factories and that's going to increase your tank building speed very, very quickly. I do have aftermath units switched off, so tank building speed is going to increase after the second war factory, because obviously if you have aftermath units on, you don't get any bonuses after having 2 war factories. I am going to be using construction yards to expand to these different ore patches. Now, construction yards not only allow you to expand, but they also increase your building speed of buildings. And that becomes very, very important in long games, because if you don't build extra construction yards and your opponent does, it gives them an absolutely massive economic advantage. And the reason it gives an economic advantage is it allows people to build ore refineries a lot more quickly. And when you get, obviously, the more ore refineries you have, the more ore trucks you have collecting ore, the more money you're going to make, or the more ore you're going to gain. I mean, it doesn't pay off straight away. It does take a little while to build up, but once you get it rolling, it is really, really powerful. It allows you to build multiple war factories, I'm talking about 4 or 5 war factories, and that means you're going to have a very, very fast tank building speed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition onto medium tanks now. I usually use light tanks to start with because they're very fast and they're quite strong in the early game, but as we advance, I tend to get medium tanks. Also, another thing to consider is one of my opponents was random and the other opponent was Soviets, and light tanks do not do well if there are Tesla coils involved, and one of my opponents will be producing Tesla coils. And the reason light tanks don't do well against Tesla coils is a low HP. Tesla coils obviously do high damage, and that's going to really hurt light tanks. I think they almost can hit a light tank out in almost one shot. So that's something to consider.
Insufficient funds.
And I'm just getting my radar dome down now so I can actually see what's going on in the map. And then I'll be able to build my service depot. I'm really going to need map visibility because we do have 2 players here. And we can see Red's already blocking the entrance to where his base is. So I'm just going to bring some tanks, advance them a little bit further south. And we can see that Blue, they're near Green's base. And you can see as they are building Tesla coils. Now that could be a second base, I'm not sure. Because if they built a service depot very, very early, they could already be expanding. And whether that's the case or not, I'm not sure at the moment. I can't see enough of the map. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building some MCVs. And I'm going to start expanding south, and I'm going to be expanding to the right. So I'm just hoping Green can set up a good defence. Although, one of the good ways to actually get through those bottlenecks is sometimes to use Tesla coils. Because if you build a Tesla coil right near a bottleneck, it forces your opponent to pull back, and then you can send your tanks through. So I don't know if Fflow will do that. It doesn't look close enough to the bottleneck though, so that looks okay at the moment. Right, so at the moment I'm building a 3rd war factory, which is going to increase my tank building speed. Because you can see at the moment I'm doing quite well at ore. But I am aware that first ore patch that I was working on may run out soon. So I do need to really get on with this expansion. And as you can see, I've got an MCV to the right. I've got an MC to the bottom. So yeah, that ore patch in the middle is very, very important. And the one to the right is quite sheltered, which is a good thing as well. So yeah, I'm just basically expanding. I've got another construction yard. I'm just going to build this construction. The reason I built this 4th construction yard, I'm not going to send it anywhere in particular. I think I'll just probably deploy it. And this doesn't look good because Fflow is attacking my teammate, and he's got an ore refinery down, and I wonder, will he go for the construction yard? It does look probable. So I'm going to take my tanks to the left here to give my teammates some help. I'm just a bit worried about, because Red will probably have a bit of map visibility, and he has got the construction yard. The construction yard has gone down, so that's a big problem for us. And as we can see, Red's coming up as soon as I've left my base, so this doesn't look good at all. So I'm going to pull my tanks back to the base, and we'll see how much damage he does. The good thing is, though, I do have multiple construction yards now, so if he does go for the MC construction yard, I will be able to do have extras. So you can see he's destroyed an ore refinery there, and actually what I can see is he's in the middle as well, which is unfortunate. He's destroyed my radar dome, so I can't see, I don't have as much visibility. And I'm just going to need to destroy these tanks as quickly as possible before he does too much damage. So yeah, what he's going for, I think, is main buildings. He's going for ore refineries. He's going for war factories. He's basically any production buildings. And it looks like that ore refinery is going to stay up, which is very, very important. And you can see in the middle, it's been pretty bad. It's looking pretty bad at the moment. But I'm building that base to the top right, which is a good thing because I've got 3 ore refineries on it now. So I'm going to be collecting a lot of ore from there, and I've managed to save my ore refinery to the right. But it does look like he's going to be getting that war factory, and that means I have no more tank production, but I do have a construction yard, so I will be able to build buildings again. And I think what he thinks he might think now that he's destroyed all my construction yard because he's going for power plants. And that's quite a popular thing to do. If you destroy a construction yard of your opponent and they've got no construction yards left, you can go for power plants, because what that does is it puts them on low power and they can't build tanks as quickly. But he has destroyed my war factories as well, so I mean that's not really going to be beside the point for the moment. So I've got another war factory down, and you can see my ore is actually going quite well because I haven't been able to build any troops. Right, so let's have a look. We've got Fflow to the left, and yeah, I mean, I'm a bit screwed at this point. So what I'm probably going to do is, if I'm going to die, I'm going to go out in style. So let's see if we can destroy CNC Guy 2. And you can see my teammate Squall has died at this point. So I'm going to go for CNC Guy 2. Let's see if we can destroy his buildings before he destroys my base. Yeah, he's got my other construction yard now. I think he's seen me in the top Right, he may have an information centre, we'll soon find out. So what we're doing is we're just going to destroy his base. We've got plenty of tanks here, and it's looking quite good. He does seem to have a quite compact base, which is good for us, because it means we don't have to travel far between the buildings. And it's looking good so far. Yeah, I think we've got that. And we're going to get that radar dome so he has less visibility. And as you can see, he's just going to go through my base, but he has got an extra service depot, so I'm just going to hope he hasn't got an extra MCV. He might have been planning to expand as well. And we've got him through, so we've got CNC guy too. Of course, Fflow is going to destroy my base now. I think the big turning point in this game is when Fflow attacked my teammate. He managed to do a lot of damage, get his ore refinery, get his construction yard. I had to pull to the left to try and help, but then CNC guy 2 attacked me. And of course, that was the right thing to do, as if one of your opponents leaves the base, that's the best time to attack them. So that was the main turning point, so yeah, we lost this game. I was a bit slow as well on getting up. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.